You're listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.
A Korean NAND controller chip startup just crossed 1.2 trillion Korean won in valuation, after being valued at 200 to 300 billion Korean won just months ago. 4 times in 1 year is what happens when 15 years of R&D meets an AI supercycle. HyperAxel, an LLM inference chip developer, is now in a Series B targeting 200 billion Korean won, approximately $136 million, with an expected IPO valuation above 1 trillion Korean won, and it is not alone in the queue. Korean autonomous driving startups are no longer running pilots. They are booking paid commercial routes starting this August. And Dalba Global's shareholder-exclusive store is delivering a 35.5% repurchase rate, more than double the benchmark for top-performing e-commerce channels. It's Thursday, July 23rd. Let's look at what this means for startups and entrepreneurs in Korea. Korea's AI semiconductor sector produced its most dramatic valuation reset of the year this week, as AIO, a fabless NAND controller chip designer founded in 2011, went from mid-stage startup to unicorn status in under 6 months. The broader K-fabless sector is entering IPO season simultaneously, with HyperAxel, Mobilint, FuriosaAI, and Rebellion all in various stages of preparation, creating a pipeline that has no track record of successful listings yet, but is drawing serious institutional attention. Outside chips, Korean startups in autonomous driving and AI-powered manufacturing inspection are crossing from proof of concept to paid commercial deployments, the moment when data advantages begin to compound and valuations start to reflect defensible market position. Here's what the numbers show. A major Korean asset manager valued AIO at 1.2 trillion Korean won, approximately $815 million, and invested over 50 billion Korean won. The valuation is up more than fourfold from the 200 to 300 billion Korean won range earlier this year. AIO posted first-half 2026 revenue of 150 billion Korean won, approximately $102 million, and operating profit of 45 billion Korean won, reversing a full-year 2025 operating loss of 13.1 billion Korean won on revenue of just 17.8 billion Korean won. HyperAxel is targeting 200 billion Korean won in its Series B, with an expected pre-listing valuation of approximately 850 billion Korean won and IPO projections above 1 trillion Korean won. While Mobilint is also accelerating IPO preparations from a 300 billion Korean won pre-IPO base toward a projected listing valuation of 1 trillion Korean won. MasAuto secured government approval for commercial autonomous trailer operations on the Ulsan to Busan and Asan to Busan routes, launching this August with 10 vehicles. Building on a 7,000-kilometer cross-continental U.S. freight route already in operation. Novatech raised 7 billion Korean won, approximately $4.75 million, from Hyundai Motor Group's 01 fund, and is running 300 logistics robots across 12 types at Hyundai's Georgia EV plant, now expanding to Los Angeles, Chicago, Dallas, and Atlanta. Dalba Global reported Q1 2026 revenue of 171.2 billion KRW, approximately $116 million, and operating profit of 45.1 billion KRW, a quarterly record, with overseas revenue reaching 68.7% of total sales, and U.S. Costco presence expanding from 150 stores at year-end 2025 to 450 stores by May 2026. So, what does this mean for founders and entrepreneurs in Korea? Earlier, we said AIO's valuation quadrupled in months after 15 years of R&D that most observers had written off. Here's what that actually means for you. The Korean market is producing a clear playbook for deep tech founders. Patient capital, niche technical dominance, and timing an AI tailwind are still the formula. The K-fabless IPO window is narrowing fast, but autonomous driving and physical AI manufacturing are still in early commercial phase, which is exactly where the next valuation step change tends to happen. AIO is targeting a KOSDAQ listing in 2026 or 2027 with KB Securities and Shinhan Investment as lead underwriters. It will be the first real test of whether K-fabless companies can clear the market at unicorn valuations. HyperAxel's Series B close and underwriter selection over the coming weeks will signal which institution is most aggressively building position in Korea's AI chip deal flow. Government policy support for domestic NPU development is being formalized this week. The specific budget allocation and procurement commitments in that announcement will shape early-stage funding conditions for the next 12 months. That's today's AI Prism Founders. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI Prism is a Juan Ifrah award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.